Hey everyone, we are going to deep dive into AgentThread in this lesson. The interaction between agent is stateless. So we are going to use AgentThread to pass conversation history between steps, right? So what we are going to do in this demo, as you can see, we have a bunch of a poem. We're going to select one and we'll pass it to our agent to summarize this poem for us. And after that, it will give us rating of this poem, scale of 1 to 5, and then it will explain why it rate that way. All right, so let's click this button and see what we get back. It's thinking. Let's see if I have any log. Yes, so this is done. As you can see, there is a brief summary of this poem and the rating, the 5-star it gave it to this poem, and some review comment why it gave 5-star. All right, so that pretty much it for the demo. Then let's go to the Visual Studio to see the code. All right, let's see how we implemented this. So we're going to look into multi-conversational agent.cs file. As you can see, I have two agents, poem review comment agent and poem review rating agent. So they have two distinct responsibilities. All right, first of all, we are setting system instruction for both agent. The first one, we're saying you summarize poem with great intelligence and objectivity. So this is the first agent system instruction. And the second one, we are saying it will rate the poem. So it's authority on poem rating. All right. And as you can see, the first one, it doesn't have any schema return type. We'll see why in later. But in the poem review rating agent will contain our chat option, which has, we are asking when you give us the return back, response back, give us this schema. So this is type of poem review. All right, so we'll see how that looks like a little bit later. All right, with that, we are going to this method. So this method is invoked when we click the button on our UI, and we are getting a poem from the drop-down list, okay, on the UI. So it's passing us the poem itself. Now, this line, what we're getting a thread, okay? So we are getting a thread from our poem review comment agent, and we're just creating a new thread. We're just putting it somewhere so we can use it later on. So remember, thread is to pass the conversation history between steps. Okay. In this case, this thread will be passed along with two different agents. Okay. So here we are creating a message, chat message. It contains the poem that we get from our UI and also our instruction what to do with this poem. So we are saying, hey agent, write this poem review. So it is going to write a review about this poem. Okay. All right. So now we are about to run that agent. Okay. So we are running the agent and we are passing this thread. Remember, this thread is empty at this time. We're just created, but we are passing along with this request. Okay. And also, we are not storing anything in a variable, any response we get back. We're not doing anything with it. The reason is this thread will remember the response. Okay, we don't have to do anything. It will just, whatever the response, the conversational history, it will keep track, this thread. And later on, we are going to pass this thread to our poem rating agent right here. So how it's going to find the poem review? So that's where this thread will keep our poem review from this execution, from this request. It will remember our review. Okay. So this step, what we are doing, we're just saying on scale of 1 to 5, rate this poem. So this is only rating the poem, and you'll find the poem from our thread. Okay, hope that this makes sense. Now we get our response back. It will have our poem, it will have our review, it will have our rating, everything. All right. Then we get our text out of the response, and that will have the poem review structured output we get back, because we already told our agent to give us that structured output, the schema type of poem review. Okay, so let's go to see how that looks. So we have a record poem review. It has a poem, poem summary, poem review, and poem rating. Okay, so we get back these properties and we can safely deserialize this. And then we get back our response back to our UI to render it. Okay. Okay, let's go to see how we render it in our UI. This is our regular page that render the review. All right, so as you can see, I'm injecting our multi-conversational agent right here. And when I click the button, it will just call this method with our selected poem. Once the poem review is done, then we just go ahead and nicely show it in UI. Okay, so this is nothing to do with the agent, just a UI stuff. You don't have to know it. It just, I'm showing how you can tie the structured output to our UI. All right, hopefully it helps a bit, and I'll see you in our next video.